Two, one.
Welcome everyone to
Wow, shit energy.
Welcome everyone to the Week 0 Power Rankings. Your host today will be Fernando Prestamon, owner of the Shanghai Sharpedos.
Bobby Han. Lobby.
My fucking god, what about you?
I'm eating peanut butter.
Alright, and the person that's not here in person?
Yeah, it's me. Follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/Louis Sheeran.
Size.
Alright, anyways, everyone, let's go ahead and get this done with. We are going to start out with Zachary Schroeder, because he was first pick. Lucky him, he got one of those broken Mons in Genesect. Otherwise, his team is basically just meh. It's just meh. But it's not bad meh, it's just meh, all the way down, so good on him.
He's got a
We done with that yet?
he's got a good set of volt turning with metric and Sheldramath and
Swallow.
but that as well as Genesect. It's just a really fast turners, so they're not going to be great for momentum. But if he's just getting chip off, they might be helpful. Other than that, Nando pretty much summed it up well. He's got Genesect, which is Ubermon, and then every kind of like.
I think he could have gotten Swellow later in the draft. Paul is a good Mon and will work well on this team. He knows how to use it. I don't think Meganetric was obviously not needed to be drafted that high. I'm not as psyched about it. I just don't think that good of him, to be honest. And he has 80 points left over. I don't think you should really ever. If you have points left over, maybe 20, so you can upgrade like an RU to a UU. But 80 points is just a waste. And this is also the frailest team in the draft. It's based under base 80 for defense, around base 80 for SPDEF. Spare Tyrantrum, this team just gets run the fuck over by anything with decent attack.
Which I do think actually goes against Ben's point of them being fast turners, because there's nothing for them to turn into.
Right.
Where they just die.
Yeah, and their turning is not. They can turn, and they're fast turners, but that doesn't mean it's good.
His only real defense is Licky, Clefable, and maybe Araquanid if you want to stretch it that far, which you really shouldn't. And Clefable gets broken by a Z move, Licky gets broken by a fighting type, and then what? It's over. He gets broken through.
If I wanted to give this letter ranking rating, what would we want to give it?
I'd say like C. This is probably your base average. Honestly, thinking about it, might even be a D tier, considering how just frail it is.
I think C is good. I wouldn't go any higher.
I think it's just way too frail the more that I look at it.
Just having Genesect puts him high.
Bobby, yourself?
I tend to inflate the grades. I would give it about a B- or a C+. I think as much as we've been ripping on the team,
And that's like saying
is
7.5, you fucking pussy.
Do we want to factor in like skill with these ratings?
No.
No!
We're just looking at the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm ranking it higher than the two of them is that as much as we've ripped on this team, Genesect is ferocious, and I'm looking for action.
I think that the best part of this team, and the only really part that really stands out to me, is Araquanid Genesect. Araquanid sets up webs, and Genesect just wins. And for that reason alone, I'll give it a B-.
Even without the webs, Genesect gets the proper download and gets a ship gear off, and it just wins.
That's also true. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Alright. Quinn.
Shaper and the Montreal Mud Tips.
Yeah. I definitely think that he is a good, his team is really weird, because it kind of falls into the same, I would say the same issue as Zach, but I would say that the high end has a few more, and the low end is also very low. I don't think he has a solid 6-man core, but at the same time, I think that just his top 3 Mons of Solgaleo, Rotom, and Silvally are incredibly versatile. Each one of those can do so many different things, and it really helps the team composition of whatever extra Mons you want to bring in to fill slots.
He's just the defensive version of Zach right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Which I personally think is better in league format. I never feel like hyper offense really works too well.
I think it's better, but looking Looking at the BST, he has only slightly higher average physical and special defense. He's got Rotoboss, Solgaleo, Hippo. After that, this team is incredibly
Solgaleo's
way too frail.
Solgaleo's hard to kill.
Solgaleo is hard to kill. I agree.
It's just not doable. Like, it can run offensive if it needs to, but for the most part, it's just kind of sitting.
Yeah. It's worse Mega Metagross. We've said this for a while, basically.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I actually just thought of is bringing a steel type Silvally and then mixing that with an Aromatisse. Just for Aromatisse to toss wishes to it, that's actually like very annoying to break.
But he already has Solgaleo, so
That is true.
He's
Yeah.
able to do That's good. I mean, that's the defensive aspect that you get.
I do think Salazzle is the glue for this team, because what Salazzle allows him to do is just sit there with slow moving offense and toxic shit. Like, Salazzle just enables him to just not do anything.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
I definitely think I would say that this is a B. This is above Zach's, but there's nothing really incredibly stand out about it.
I would agree it's a B.
B minus, I think. He can pass with
7.8 apparently.
I think B's a good rating.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Daniel Keys.
I think Daniel's Keys team is actually really disgusting. It's basically what my dream team would be of 6 in credit, like a strong 6-man core of Mon, 2 Mons that you can switch in and out. And then obviously, if you draft the perfect team, a few of your picks are going to have to be sacrificed for it. And the picks that he sacrificed were his last 3. So I think that is perfectly fine.
I mean, I was reading from the Discord chat Dan's picks. He was gone, so he's typing them into me. And I'm seeing them about 2-3 seconds before I'm saying that out loud to the rest of them. And just in that split time, I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, it's exactly what Dan likes to play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to play this team. Thank God I don't have to play this team. Nala, Muck A, Mega All, Tangrowth, Mamalo, so much.
He gets to vary what he wants to do soul-wise. The fact that he has Tangrowth and Alamo allows him to pick a regenerator if he wants to bring a match.
Do both. Nothing breaks shit.
He doesn't have a wish.
Are you serious?
He has a Lomomola.
Yeah, Lomomola gets wish. That's what makes it disgusting.
The big wish.
Yeah, so he has the big wish mon. Most of his mons can heal up Altaria and Lunala both Bruce. And then he has 2 just, I'm going to come in and just kill everything with Thunder T and Blacephalon. This is actually a disgusting team.
Yeah, he can vary the Mega, make this as Stolly, or have the Mega All run Dragon Dance or something and counterattack. So that's going to be really...
And I just want to mention, a lot of people were hating on him for the early Muck pick. However, what he basically did is he took a great Pursuit Trapper off the board for Lunala, and he took a great Poison type off the board for Mega Altaria, right off the gate.
It's true.
Muck is a phenomenal.
Like, Muck at the time definitely, it's simply making a pick, but for how good it is as a BL, right? And how wonderful it is on that team, it was actually an insane draft.
Yeah, and also, given where he is on the draft, there were 4 picks in between those, between Muck and Thundy. Had he taken Thundy T first and Muck third, we batted an eye, really.
Yeah,
I don't think.
absolutely.
Yes,
not.
but I also think that there's actually, I would say there might have been a chance that Muck doesn't make it back.
I would say there's a 100% chance Muck doesn't make it back.
That's actually a good point.
I think that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing to point out is Shuckle. Shuckle's a sticky web mon. Aside from hazards, it's a sticky web mon that allows mons like Blacephalon and
Yeah.
Nala and Thunder.
Blaze, Dundee, and Lunala all do work.
The biggest thing is that it really helps Lunala, because Lunala's speed tier of 97 needs that extra little boost, and webs can definitely bring it above that.
I will say this, he does not really have a very strong physical presence outside of Altaria. Altaria is like his own, Altaria and Muck, and like Muck is not like something I'd consider a physical presence.
Yes, but my thing is that his special presence
Is phenomenal.
literally
Yeah,
so high that it doesn't matter.
I agree, 100%.
When you have Blacephalon and Lunala, like, you don't really need that much more. I would say that this is one of like 2 S tier teams that were drafted.
S tier, ooh, interesting.
This is like in my top 3 for sure.
Okay.
I agree. I'd put this A.
Mm-hmm.
What would you put S tier?
I think there can only be one S tier, and that's why I'm holding off on it.
I don't use S as a letter really, but yeah,
I didn't think of S rating just because I report hard not.
They're not anime weebs. No, they don't know about ranking.
Yeah, fine. Let's go with the Bobby way of saying it, and that it's an A plus.
Okay.
yeah,
Plus.
I'm not going to give it the plus.
I'm gonna give it the.
It's Floatzel and Plurugly. I'm just going to shake it. But this is an 8. It's going to be a team. This is not a team that anyone is going to.
For the mere fact, I would say it's an A.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
With Python's team. Python's got a really strong 6.
Hey, that's my shtick.
Sorry, it's very point outable. Every mod on his team or something. It can everything's.
That's true. I don't think the 6-man court is as strong as Dan's, but I think that his other 5 mon more than make up for Dan's.
You have to prep for everyone.
Yeah,
this is
definitely something.
This is one of the deeper drafts. There's really nothing that's really bad.
Yeah, even the Kyurem works out.
The worst thing on this team is Kyurem, and that's not a mon.
Ironically enough, Kyurem is the worst mon on this team, and.
And I used Whimsicott's another mon that I like. I used it a lot last season, and I really enjoyed it. It works really well with this team because it acts. I think of it as a passer. It can also be used for the stun spore mon.
Mm-hmm.
Anything to prevent a setup. It's just an overall good fairy type, and it can really do something with this team.
Barbaricle's really nice tech
as well. Yes,
I do think weakest mon is honestly Zangoose. Kyurem, I feel like Zangoose is near
Zangoose.
impossible.
I feel like the one thing that elevates Zangoose above Kyurem is that Zangoose wall breaks really well for Lopunny.
It's just nice.
Python, any final notes about just
I mean, my final note is that I've always been known to prep very weirdly, so you might be thinking, 3 normal type stats, that's pretty, weird, but it works out. But on the low, I just have 2 Mega Lopunnies and Zangoose. I just have 2 Mega Lopunnies. Alright, that's it. What's ratings?
As far as rating, it's A.
Yeah, I'd say an A.
Yeah, A- probably.
I'd give myself an A- as well.
Mainly just for everything's a threat on it. Have to prep for 11 months.
I will say I don't have the best walling presence, so I would give myself an A-.
As
long as you should.
Yeah.
There's not one Pokemon with Nala on Dan's team where you just think, Jesus, that Pokemon's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's why it's an A-.
Alright, on to Noel. I think that Noel also did a really good job at drafting. Obviously, the only thing is the Frogadier. I would put him very close to where I would put Python, honestly, in how these teams are overall, I would say.
Yeah, if we're looking solely at the team, just looking at his weaknesses and how he put it up here, his worst weakness is at times the flying. Everything else is times 1 lower.
Yeah, very good weakness spread across.
He's got a few times 4 weaknesses. It's only a Leovain. Okay, yeah. He's got a very good defensively built team.
Yep.
Which is going to make prep not really what people are going to bring against you. That's about the only issue.
I also think that Webs works really well on this team because every single mon on his team benefits from Webs, except for, I would say, Mega Mawile because Mega is too slow. Everything else is they just need that little push. Actress needs that little push. Greninja needs that little push.
I will say, as someone who had Shaven last split, it's really not that good. However, I do think it does fit on this team because it gives them some much needed bulk to add on to Volcanion.
It needs the special coverage too.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest gripe with this team, and it's being a little nitpicky, I think that Gliscor and Donphan are very redundant.
Yes, they do fit the same role.
Similar things. And the biggest issue from a stat perspective is the team's SPDF is pretty bad. Shaman at 100 SPDF is the highest SPDF on this. So, I guess running SPDF type null to balance that out, but dropping Donphan for a better special walking would put this team over the hump.
Yeah, it's not bad. that he has Gliscor and Donphan?
No.
If it's one, if there's a match where like Gliscor better than Donphan at something, he can bring one or the other, whichever will fit. He doesn't have to bring.
I can't think of a scenario off the top of my head where one of those mods is going to be great and the other one's going to be trash.
I will say this, because he did pick up Frogadier instead of a UU like he was supposed to. He does have the opportunity to drop Donphan for a BL.
That's true.
Or Gliscor for an OUA, but I don't think there's any good OUAs left on the board.
It'll be interesting to see what waivers.
I think Dragonite's left, but I don't think that works on this team.
Yeah.
Do we want to give ratings?
I'd give it an A. I think it's just a more defensive version of Python's team, which is an A. So, surprise. Surprise.
B plus. It's very similar in those regards to Python's team, but the possibility to just run this with a couple special sweepers is a problem.
I'm gonna go with A because he's got everything covered. He's just gonna be chipped. Like he's got a few setup mons. His team's just kind of sitting there for the most part. There are threats like hacks are small. All of those. But A's appropriate. I think A's good.
I will say this, because there's three things that we really didn't mention. One, that Greninja's Protean, so that elevates it a lot. Second, he has Frogadier and Greninja, so he has 2 Protean mods.
Shut the fuck up. Alright.
And no, wait, let me finish. So he's also really weak to knock off because he has Type Null and Doublade and Gliscor, so if any of those mods get knocked off before they can do their thing, it's over. So for that reason, I'm going to give him a B+.
Yeah, you bring in the Mega Maha.
Okay,
I
sure.
tried to knock me here.
Alright, Thomas, do we even need to talk about this team? This is the best team on the board. Without question, this is the best team on the board.
No, not at all.
What the fuck? I want to hear why you don't think it's the best team on the board.
I just
the back half just
the back half is that. I think that
the back half does not matter. These 6 mons are literally the best 6 mons at possible.
This might. Okay, so this might be the best.
So then people prep for 6 months.
Okay, and then but here's the thing: even if you prep for the 6 mons, you still don't guaranteed beat the 6 mons because they're that good at what they do. Yeah, Bulu and Heatran are easily the best at what they do. Torn T is one of the best at what it does. Keldeo's alright. Kangaskhan is without a doubt the best thing at what it does. Alakazam, sash it, and then you get like a free kill.
Ben's literally gonna bring Tapu Koko with specs and just sweep that entire team.
Okay, how does he touch Bulu? What? You gonna bring HP poison?
Does whatever it wants on that one.
I do Supersonic Strike with Koko on Bulu.
Yeah, so you can do 30% and then die to Horn Leech. Okay, you're a Koko.
Yeah. Actually, that entire team dies to a fucking Raptor, dude. It's bad. It's trash, garbage.
What?
Get shit on, Thomas.
What?
Is there anything else we want to say about it?
No, I mean, I think this was really strong. It's obviously really just super offensive. Like, yeah, there's the Bulu, Heatran, and Torn, I guess, as defensive mons or walls or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, Quillfish is really just like Quillfish and Heatran are like his best defensive mons, if you can call it that.
Dude, I love Quillfish. Intimidate, spikes, love it.
I will say this. I will say this.
Yeah,
Swan did convince me that Kangaskhan can fit as a defensive mon with Wish. I don't think it's a very good one, but it's an option.
Yeah, but again, this is one of those situations of like, yeah, the main 6 are good, great, even if they're great, but like the other 5 are just.
I wouldn't say the other 5. I'd say bottom 4. No, actually, bottom 2 and then Electros are eh. Quillfish has a purpose.
Probably the worst
I think you are overrating Zygarde 10% by a decent amount.
I think that the one thing Zygarde 10% does for this team is that it doesn't take the grassy terrain, so it fits as a ground type with 1,000 arrows. That's it. That's all it does, but I think it does that well.
Okay, what do we think for ratings?
I mean, I'm gonna give this one a B+, maybe an A-.
Yeah, I give it a B.
Also a B.
Yeah.
I'll go B plus. I like it. Wolfish gives it a B plus.
Nice. Evan.
Because we go from Thomas and then we go to Evan. Look at this.
I can barely see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, Evan has, in my opinion, one of the worst offenses. That's not to say his offense is bad, but I don't think his offense is as good as Thomas's. Or like,
Dark Gengar, PZ, Mega Scissor, Cloyster.
okay, so he has 6
Dragon-
mons that die to Mach Punch. Like, okay, sure.
Repeating a lot of.
Wait, Gengar doesn't die to Mach Punch. Scizor doesn't die to Mach Punch. Fuck you.
Okay, so they die to HP Fire. Okay.
You could say that Darkrai and Hydreigon do the same. Hydreigon's got more of a turning ability to it.
Darkrai just does that better.
Darkrai does do that
and
better.
then we've got like Togekiss and Sylveon. One or the other works straight for a match. So it's easier to prep for like 2 of his mons. You can prep for the same mon. Yeah.
Evan did snag 3 fairies from everyone else. That was pretty spicy.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, but if it benefits him, we'll see.
It doesn't at all. He's going to drop at least one of them, but he stole 3 fairies in the draft. That's all that matters.
He's got Cloyster.
Dude, fucking $10 at least to Evan.
There's just way too many mons on this team
Twice.
that do the same thing, and once you prep for that, then he's kind of out of ideas, I think.
Darkrai's going to be fun. It'll be interesting to see what he does with it.
Yeah.
Just because it's Darkrai.
Did you talk him into taking that, or did he take that?
He took
No,
it on his own.
It was me.
I
want you to know,
I'm glad.
Bobby. I want you to know, Bobby, it was me.
I'm just surprised because, like, you knew he would do it.
Oh,
He heard.
I come down to that.
Probably.
Yeah, no.
Are you serious?
Ben's a flaky motherfucker. I
It
don't
was
trust
either
Ben.
going to be Gren or. But then we're digressing. What do we want to get for Evan?
Wait. Before we finish with Evan, I just want to say one last thing. This is probably one of the first splits I can remember in a while now that Mega Caesar and PZ have not been on Zach's team, and the fact that they're on another Schroeder's team does not really mean much, but who knows, maybe fresh blood and fresh
he
mind.
said that he was going to draft him to keep them in the family.
Oh, okay, well,
And because of that, I needed to give him a first round pick.
got it. Okay,
Darkrai.
that makes a lot more
Darkrai will
sense.
work great with Scizor. I didn't give any reason why it would
He
be
didn't
great with
ask for any
Scizor.
reason.
No,
Of course not.
I just said it would be good, and then he did it.
And
Thank you,
is
Evan, for taking the team. I would give this like a C, honestly.
C. Ooh. Okay.
C plus because he's working with an Uber.
I agree with C plus.
This is C team. This just
You're such a bitch.
is so predictable and easy to wall out, I think.
I think it's going to be a lot harder like, it's easy in theory to wall out. But it's going to be a lot harder in practice when you have to deal with Mega Caesar, Hydreigon, you turning out into Darkrai.
Right. We'll see. I don't think Evan's going to play well enough, and I know we weren't going to take that into consideration.
Oh,
Ah, so we're lying now. Do we bother talking about week 1, Ben? do we mention this?
Do we need to talk about? We can talk.
We're going to talk about week 1.
We're not going to talk
Okay,
about week 1.
First off, let me just go ahead and give my thing on Ben's team and then skedaddle out of here. Ben drafted exactly just the Rain team. Like, I don't know what the fuck else you want me to say. It's the Rain team with a Bisharp, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, whatever.
Yeah.
The team's definitely going to have issues breaking grass-type mons if they're able to deal with Falucha. It's definitely doable.
Yeah.
A Rain team's weakness is that it can be walled out. It's obviously super fast. It can hit hard, but only on certain types. Like, water type moves hit hard, and electric type moves hit hard. Wow. Okay, that's 2 types. Congrats.
And
other than
Hurricane
that,
hits hard.
It is your Rain team. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Where I don't think this league is ever going to reach a point where if someone sees someone else drafting Rain, they're going to actively sabotage their own draft to take a mon away from it. That, like, we're never going to reach that point where it's like, oh, he's drafting Rain, I gotta grab Swampert, or I gotta
We reached
grab.
it once. We reached it once with Python.
Yeah,
Lol,
you guys sniped me
But,
multiple times.
I mean, it would happen in like smaller drafts, right? But like actively sabotaging your own draft just to fuck over someone that you might play once is kind of, it's not really worth it.
I will say this, as someone who is a big advocate of the rain draft, the biggest issue with running a rain draft, 1, running a full rain draft does not work, and 2, the rain draft is your biggest weakness. So
Yeah,
make of that what you will.
Oh, okay, it's gonna be rain.
Yeah, people look at this and they're like, "Oh man, what's gonna come? Is it gonna be Poco, Huacha with either Kingdra or Swampert mixed in? Maybe an Alolan Raichu." It's like basically the team is that the 3 mons that are always coming are Pelipper, Hawlucha, Coco. The other 2 spots are going to be filled with either Kingdra, Swampert, or Alolan Raichu, and then it's just what is the last mon be? And it's just like, oh, is the last mon going to be a Marowak that's not going to actually kill my grass type mon because it's in the rain? Or is it going to be a Ferrothorn to try and wall? It's not that hard to prep for.
Yeah, that's the biggest downfall with the team. I didn't get sniped at all, so I got exactly what team wise.
I will say this is probably the best rain draft in a while. That doesn't mean much though because it's a full rain draft.
The one thing that the team was missing when prepping was the dark type. So I was initially going to see if I could get Sylvan back as that.
And then you got Bisharp because why not?
But then I settled on Bisharp. It removes its fire weakness, gains a bit of damage, but other than that, it's a good mon. I like it. I like the team. I'm really excited for Armaldo. That's all.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Let's have Ben.
Ben was really excited about Zangoose, and Zangoose was never seen, never saw the light of day. Got put in a cage.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use Zangoose in your stead, Ben.
Dude, I would love to see it.
And you will.
I consider drafting it, but we'll see.
All right, Ben, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a B, a solid B.
I say it's a B.
It's a B plus.
Ben, what do you give yourself? Because I rated myself. So what do you give yourself?
All the way minus.
I am an A minus team.
I mean, you can't give yourself an A minus after what you did to Patrick, or rather, what you didn't do to Patrick.
Okay, that's if we're including matches that have happened.
So your match.
Yes, this is a week 0 draft Python. We don't need to include anything else.
Okay.
This video's already long. Fucking.
This is 27 minutes, but we're halfway through.
Behind good 6-man court, other mons, kind of whatever. Like, to be honest, I'm not that big of a fan of like Cincinnati's or Arc of Jolteon. Metagross and Avalugg obviously each have their own parts. The team hits hard, and then the defensive core of Zapdos, Mew is just thick.
And melodic.
Yeah, and melodic. But really, Zapdos, Mew is what you're going to be seeing the most, and they're just thick. They're pain in the asses to deal with. Like, there's nothing else to it.
Yeah. I disagree with you a little bit on lower tier stuff. Zoroark and Jolteon to a little bit. Cinccino puts in work. Cinccino really puts in work.
Cinccino can, yes, for sure.
And so does Avalugg if you know what you're doing.
I didn't say Avalugg was a bad mon. I didn't
He
include
loves
that in
Avalugg.
my list.
He loves Avalugg.
Yeah, I love Avalugg. I really just shits on him.
As Bobby's week 1 opponent, I will say that he is currently the team I am most scared of, looking at all the teams I had to
You're
face.
scared of every team that you face.
Yeah, that's true.
No, like literally every other team, I have an idea of how I could easily beat them. Bobby, I just look at this team and I go, wait a minute, how do I prep for this? Like,
Just bring Scarflando T, baby.
Oh yeah, and then lose to Mega Pinsir when it sets up. Cool.
Yeah, it's Scarf.
I think Bobby did a good job at drafting appropriate hazard removal around Mega Pinsir.
Yeah, Zapdos, Avalugg,
because he's got
and Mew, yeah.
Those are going to be huge in letting Mega Pinsir.
And Lando I.
Oh yeah, Lando I is good there just because it's a nice
Scarf Defog.
Yeah, I think my biggest concern is going to be finding enough offense from the special side. I can certainly drum that up if I have to, but I don't know if it's going to be best because of news.
I will say this, Bobby. If you get your offense broken early, you're not going to have a fun time. Like if you sack your Lando by accident or something, you're just going to be going downhill from there.
And we all know what happens to Bobby once it passes 25 turns.
45, but nice try.
I've won a couple of them.
Have you? Have you really?
Yeah, I mean,
last summer I played Danny in like 60-something.
That's Danny Kendro.
I feel like Danny should have won that game.
Danny tossed that can't fucking believe
Yeah,
I had no business.
I was like,
winning
if I remember that game correctly, I'm pretty sure Bobby should have lost. I would give this a B. I think it's a solid B.
B minus. Absence of a dragon and a fairy tale.
Okay, I suppose that's fair. Yeah.
I'll give it a
Oh, you guys all rating your team high. Wait till we get to my team. I don't give a shit. All right, Henry Bird.
I wait. Let me. Wow. Okay.
Oh my god, can you hurry up?
You guys didn't give me a chance. You just went, okay, Henry Bird. It's like, okay.
What do we got?
Bobby, I'd give a B plus. I think his pros outweigh his cons by a long shot.
All right. We got Bird. His team literally has like negative synergy.
Yeah.
His Lele offsets his starter Pikachu's +2 priority signature move.
And it also offsets Lycanroc, and it also offsets I guess Beartic's Aquajet. Sure, I don't know.
The other thing is that Latios doesn't actually work in psychic terrain.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to. The waiver that he's making is for Hoopa, right? Which obviously will make this team better. But for now, as a week 0 draft, if there's like almost no synergy, it is probably
the saving grace of this team is Lele's Ardex, and while Lele's Ardex is an amazing core, there's literally nothing else to this team aside from like maybe Electrode with screens. That's the only saving
Crobat
grace.
is a fun, kind of bulky mon that if you use it correctly, it'll be.
This team has 6 mons that are base 110 or higher speed.
Yeah, it is the fastest team by a long shot, I think.
Just disgusting.
yes.
Like, we saw this a little bit with the back half of Quinn's and Dan's drafts, but this is basically the whole draft has that problem.
I think one of the biggest issues of having a bunch of mons that are just way too fast is that you are almost never going to scarf any of them.
Yeah,
so the thing about his team is
that's
that
exactly
if you bring any mon that has like 105 speed with a scarf, you're just going to sweep his team. Easy.
It's the same problem as having like 2 really fast things and having a ton of really slow things. That something that's moderately fast with band or specs is just going to take a hit from the super fast things and kill it back and then outrun everything else.
Yes.
So it's the same problem. You got to be careful getting right things in the right tiers.
Yeah. I mean,
We've covered pretty much
everyone's at their
everything.
point. Yeah. A D team, right?
Yeah, that's D team.
If we're gonna go with D is our lowest. I would say that D is.
Mhm.
When I said that Zach was like our average team, hashtag.
I'm tempted to give this team a C minus just because Lele's are so good.
They are really good, and they are really easy to play, so he won't struggle with that. I know we're not taking into that account, but that's a fact.
That's correct.
At the same time, though, you have to keep in mind the negatives. Like, contrary to your team, the negatives here definitely outweigh the positives.
Alright, Patrick Bruce, New Road 1.
Disgusting 6-man core. He obviously has like 3 meme mons and like 1 semi-meme mon. But otherwise, his team can actually swap a lot of things in and out, and it's incredibly thick and it hits incredibly hard on both. Really, kind of only the physical. Both. I would say both sides, honestly.
He does have Ashgren. It's
Yes.
I wonder why he has the highest BST stat. Maybe he just drafted highest BSTs of all of the tiers he could find.
Yeah, and he's got Circuitry too. This team has plenty of special ones.
Yeah, I meant that it didn't have that much physical. Physical is going in the Arcanine and the Mimikyu, and with the way that Patty plays, he likes to bring a lot more defensive Arcanine, so it's kind of really on the Mimikyu to.
You can also Dragon Adios.
I will say, because he doesn't have a ground type, Volt Turn is very strong against him.
Yes.
My Coco enjoy.
I mean, don't talk about week 1.
I should invest more.
I think the big issue I think Celebi's pretty bad, Mom.
I think Celebi fits a purpose for this team. It's gonna nasty plot baton pass to Greninja.
Yeah, it can.
Celebi is always a threat, even though it is.
I think there are better things to do that. Like Volbeat's there. Volbeat could do that.
Well, the problem with Volbeat is that Volbeat passes a faster baton pass to a frail Greninja. Celebi passes a slow baton pass to Greninja.
Well, that's only if you run pranks for Volbeat, dumbass.
Okay, sure. Fuck it. Fucking run non-pranks.
Celebi has a wide swath of things it can do. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Ratings.
I would say B tier.
B.
It's really, I think it's a good B tier.
I'd
Yeah,
say
also-
I'd say C plus.
Really, you
That's
put this
kinda
team
low, I
under
think.
wins?
Yeah, I think that
I would
there's
say a
I think that
six-man core is honestly just really strong.
the 6-man core is good. The one problem here is that if someone gets like momentum on him, even for a second, Patty just loses. Patty cannot lose the momentum for even a second.
I think Ash Ninja has the chance to try and reset it for a good kill through specs or whatever.
I'll say.
So does Megaladios, in my opinion.
Also, wait, you can't really get momentum against a potential red card Mimikyu. Red
Yeah.
card Mimikyu can reset anything. If you're really sliding,
No, red
that
card
is-
Mimikyu stops a sweep. It does not win you momentum.
This is. I agree with Nando. It's a good B team. You're prepping for about 8 months each game
Fair enough.
at the most.
Our very own Fernando Prestamon.
Shanghai Sharpedos.
Woot woot.
So, a fun fact about this one: fully RNG drafted team. So
you definitely see it at the end there.
definitely see it, especially with the ending picks. Just looking at it throughout the draft, it was this is a very awesome team throwing like Slowbro, Brazilian with Uxie.
Sharpedo.
Magmortar
They
to
just
a
kind
degree.
of they sit there, they kind of act as a bulk to the team, and then Mega Absol. Mega Absol's Mega Absol. It's frail, but it hits hard. And if you're afraid of there's something, then you can make the game work.
I think Mega Absol really is the glue to Nando's team. Like this
Mega
mon.
Absol is the fucking savior, considering that I'm going to be going against the fucking Nala.
Yeah, Mega Absol just literally does everything Nano needs it to. Like, he needs a physical attacker, he has it. He needs a pursuiter, he has it. He has a sucker punch, has it. Like, it does a magic bounce, he has it. Like, Absol just fits every role that he needs it to. So he got very lucky on that.
This could have ended way, way worse.
Yeah.
And it's a frail team, but it's not too frail.
Mm-hmm. Now then again, when we were talking about mons, that teams that don't have a lot of good mons, this is Nando's team in a nutshell. Nando has his 6-mon core and nothing else.
Like, Nando's got
I have a
4 or 5
Zygarde, Slowbro, Absol, Staraptor, and then it's like, what could the
You
sixth
see?
one possibly be?
He's
I would honestly put Virizion before Uxie, I think.
I wouldn't.
When your team,
Yeah,
I would-
when your team is weak to bug, just that much susceptible to like turn team, strong U-turn ones.
That's true, but if something U-turns on a Zygarde, that's me to lose.
I mean, yeah.
It covers everything.
I'll give it a C plus.
I'd give it a regular C. It's gonna be a fine team when Dwayne Nano uses it, but it's just a C team.
I'd also give it a C. It's just
Nano's like, I
it's
give it a
bad,
D. I'm the
but
worst team
it'll
here.
work.
C plus for Magmortar covering his bug very weaknesses.
Genius. God, it would have been time 16 minutes. How could I have done it?
What's,
I was one, obviously, because for some reason, Magby is on the fucking NU board.
That's not surprising.
That's because of
So I was just sitting there
Noel
like,
Bussy.
Mag B or Magmar?
Magmar.
Magmar.
And I was just like, oh, please, dear God, let me have counted this correctly. It's Magmortar.
Alright.
What say you, the dumbass who decided to RNG his draft?
We're gonna get
What do you rate your draft, Nando?
Oh, I'd give it a D. I don't think it's even close to a C, honestly. I would put this.
I don't know. I think Zygarde Zero Aura is just too good to like put
Believe
you
it or
in D.
not, there are worse teams.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Primarily
question is,
Henry's team.
yeah, the question is, do I consider? I do feel like my team is probably a bit better than Henry, but I would still put it in D. I wouldn't put it in C tier.
D plus maybe.
Yeah.
Bicycle Bird. This team is
Extra thick!
Yeah, this is honestly a bitch of a team to kill.
Matches will be long
Yes.
because he's not hitting hard back.
He has his 2 Mons, his 3 Mons that hit are Victini. Victini hits, I'll say that. Mamoswine hits, but Mamoswine is also his hazard setter, and then Galvantula hits, but it's also his web setter. So you have Victini. Other than that, you're going to be slow chipping up. Real slow chipping up.
Thing that could hit as hard as though.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the set to run with this team.
No, you run AV and assortment moves because Beanie's Misty Terrain.
Yeah.
Dragon moves are getting in, so you run that. Free accessory, fire, ice, electric, whatever. Run.
Yeah, and
You could
the
make
only thing, the only thing that's killing it is like a strong ice type move, and really the only thing that has that a strong physical ice type move, and the only thing that has that in the league is
Weavile and Mamoswine.
because he has Mamoswine.
Yeah. I mean, another issue is that Beanie cuts back on the ability to just kill toxic.
Feeney's cool thing is madness. It's acts as a defogger, but its nature's madness brings whatever it wants to down there. As long as it hits. But it's a great way to get for the eventual kill.
Yeah.
The problem is he doesn't have a lot of that way to get that. Victini, Launch Pro, and Navy. It's really bad.
I would say Galvantula can definitely end up with the end sweep, but a lot of the chip is probably going to come from Mega Venus or Leech Seeds.
I will say
Galvantula's
this.
purpose is to set.
I will say this. We were hating on Honchkrow a little earlier, but now that I'm re-looking at this, Mega Venusaur is really only stopped by Psychic types, and because he has Victini, Umbreon, and then Honchkrow to Pursuit Trap, Psychic types cannot beat this team at all.
Yeah, that's actually very true.
Yeah.
But, I mean, even without
Yeah, he doesn't need Honchkrow, but Honchkrow is just a nice addition to ensure
Yeah.
you can't bring that Psychic type. You just
But yeah,
can't.
Honchkrow with the Moxie for the end game just sweep up the enemy team. Like, this is actually like a bitch of a team in a completely different way compared to like Dan's just offensive shit. This is just like, I'm just gonna fucking sit here until you die. And that's it.
It's very similar to Assault back in the days, especially when Mega Venus.
This is probably one of the slowest moving off that isn't just straight stall that exists.
I like Melmetal. Is Melmetal actually like sits with
How
Mega
do you-
Venusaur?
how does this not qualify as straight stuff?
Because it has
Because
offense.
there's only
There's no wish.
You serious?
yeah,
Yeah,
there's
Umbreon.
There's
Umbreon.
Sorry, never mind. I see.
You've said there's no wish twice now.
Yes.
Put up a counter.
Because I mean, like the 3 defensive mons on the team in Umbreon. There's no other defensive walls.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of thick shit.
I mean, Venusaur also is gonna attack like Sludge Bomb and Giga do decent amount. It's 122 spec. It's
For ratings, I would give this about minus.
Really, this is my other S tier team.
No, because it's not.
Don't you mean A plus?
Yeah, fuck you.
No, I'm putting B minus.
You said B minus?
I would give this team an A minus. It doesn't have enough offense to be that S tier level.
Yes.
But this is probably going to be the hardest to beat, just to whittle it down.
Yeah.
I'd
I think the one thing that it's missing is something that can just hard stop a sweep, right? Like, if this team somehow had a Mimikyu on it, like if it had Mimikyu and Decidueye or some shit, this team would be fucking impossible.
I'd give this a B plus. I think that there's a couple picks that I genuinely
Toss a card on something.
I think
Yeah,
that I think there's a couple picks that I disagree with, you know? Namely Rhydon Melmetal. I think that some better months
I
could
think
get.
Rhydon's fine. I think Melmetal's the bigger.
I
I think there's a better mon, right?
yeah, I think there's definitely a better mon than Rhydon that he could have
There's
gotten.
rather just have a sturdy mon that you could slap a red card.
Mhm.
Like,
I
that's
think
what I
you
would
could do
want.
that with Rhydon.
No, not
You
really.
can if it's a special sweeper, but if it's a physical sweeper, Rhydon will stop it in
Yeah.
its tracks.
Exactly, but like, again, the
But
really,
how many
that,
how many
that
physical
is the nature of
sweepers
the
are
team to
you?
break, dude?
How many physical sweepers are you gonna need Rhydon specifically to stop? Like you have Venusaur, you have Feeny, you have Umbreon, you have the physical stoppers. Rhydon's just unnecessary.
Yeah, this is good. This is a good team.
Switch out Melmetal.
Yeah, just get a better steel type, and then this team's like an A.
Yeah, Sash Mamoswine also kind of shut down sweepers.
Yeah,
hazards.
100%.
Yeah. Which I think Feeny is really good at just keeping hazards off. Yeah, no, the only thing that it's sweep, which he can really waiver for.
The more I talk about this,
So
Alex Budkey and the Chicago Shooters.
I had to draft this team.
Kaison went ahead and got drunk for just the bottom part of the draft, like or
He-
everything up
he-
top
he
was
did
like
not-
nice.
He did not give me much options to choose from, and I got sniped a lot from the options that he did give me, so he just kind of winged it. Did not get him hazard control, unfortunately, and his first game is going to be against Mike, which is very unfortunate. That is very unfortunate.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see. No.
I mean,
He's
hopefully,
only got healing. Right?
hopefully Garchomp can fucking SD and sweep, but
Here's the thing with Mike. Mike has fog, no rapid spin, so if he wants to remove hazards, he's got to remove
That's true.
webs.
that's the thing. I don't feel like Evangelist. We're not on Mike's team.
But
Anyway.
like we're just on that topic. Anyways, I don't know.
I will say this: Kling Kling is not affected by webs, so it does not matter.
It's good.
Yeah.
I like Budkey's team, but
My thing about it is that I think the core of 6 is pretty weak, and then the 5 other mons are also weak. So this is. It's not like there's
I don't-
anything glaringly wrong with it.
I don't think that the
draft-
core of 6 is weak at all. What do you think is weak about it? Like, I think that Garchomp Manaphy fulfilled the role of physical and special attacker very well. I think that Weavile and Mega Gardevoir do the same. Infernape kind of just fills a end-all be-all attacker. P2 and
I agree.
Snorlax
Yes, but
walls.
they're not like the S tier like.
I wouldn't-
powerhouse.
But I think I'd call all these mons like
Oh,
A tier attackers. I think they're all A tier what they do. Like he doesn't have a standout like Lunala,
Yes,
but he
but
has just general all around good.
Yes, but that's it. Like his other 5 mons, honestly, not exist.
Wait, which 5 mons?
Snorlax is pretty good.
I think Snorlax is great.
Snorlax would replace P2 is the thing.
Yeah,
I
If
think-
Snorlax is coming in, it's replacing P2. It's not.
I think he can bring both. Why not?
could.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Snorlax
sure.
fills the role of Spadef wall, P2 physical wall.
the glaring issue that I see is just going on the side. That times 8 weakness to ground, 1 immunity from Levitate Mismagius.
Ooh, you're right.
This means that Mold Breaker Mon do a lot of damage to set up.
I don't even think it's round that gets me. I think it's just like if you have some mon that has close combat,
Close
What do you-
combat.
a banded close combat would sweep.
I'm looking
most
at
of
this.
team.
I'm looking at this team, and I think, maybe this is the way it's designed. But my first question was, what do you really do with this team? And I think you just have to go 10 hyper offense.
Yeah.
all the time.
And I
Because-
mean, that's how Alex plays. Like Alex has always
That's-
done best with
Yeah,
offense.
that's true.
Yes.
Again, we're not taking into account the players, of course, but that's just
Yeah, but
a
I'm just saying
factor.
that like this team is very
Yeah.
one-dimensional. in
Yeah, I agree.
what
I
they
agree.
do.
I think we should take into account not necessarily the player's skill, but how the team fits the player's mold. Like we certainly did with Dan.
Yeah, sure.
But I would say that this is just a B tier team.
B tier.
Yeah,
I'd say it's B tier. Yeah, 100%.
I'd say it's like low B tier though.
B minus.
Yeah, B minus.
I'd
C
give it a B
plus,
minus.
really.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Just because of how incredibly one-dimensional it is.
I do think that the team overall is better than Zach's team, so I would say it's like at least B minus.
Yes.
I agree with the B minus.
Yeah, I also agree.
All right, so Brendan Tickle in the LA Lake
Tickle
Spirits.
with like
LA
his
Lake Spirits.
with his medium speed offense.
Yeah,
We're not gonna just we're gonna call this
it's-
semi-stall. It's semi-stall.
It's medium moving offense.
It's semi-stall.
They will take a hit and then they will fuck you right back up.
I'll say I have to play this team twice, and when Ditto, I was just like, fuck. That's
Ditto.
such an annoying Pokemon to deal with.
Ditto's a nice mon for this team because if anything does set up on it, brings that in and either turns the match around or just stops the soul or stops the sweep right there.
Ditto stops setup just by showing up. You can't click Nasty Plot or something.
Yeah.
You have to prefer your own mons when you're facing.
And that's why it's semi-stall.
Yeah. Obviously strong 6-man core, and then I would say 2 mons that can really get switched in, with Ditto and Nidoking being the 2 mons that you have to worry about. That he can bring in and just like, oh, here's like a super strong special. Here's your fuck you, thank you for trying to set up. Drift Loom, I don't think is going to be brought that much. Is cheerleader
Agron's mascot.
and then yeah, sure, Sandslash and Sand, but like no. At the same time,
No,
it doesn't do anything.
I mean, he has brought it before. We can't deny the fact that he might do it again. But
yes, he's not going to do anything. This
The Sand
match.
yes, I agree.
solely for Tyranitar's benefit.
Yes,
Throw
and
in
actually,
Aerodactyl.
it benefits Aerodactyl too.
Yeah, it benefits those two.
Yeah,
Not
Aerodactyl
much
might be able to take
outside.
it with it.
The biggest issue with this team, in my opinion, and I hit on this was, aside from even Nidoking is a stretch, this team had no special prowess attacking.
Mm-hmm.
Kyurem can click Ice Beam, but
I mean, Kyurem has to click Ice Beam because it has no other ice move. But
So
Oh, you
zero
see,
Slammer.
Power Herb Free Shot.
You see the plus, what's it called? The choice scarf type. Short bus, yeah.
Short Bus Tart.
Short bus. They'll run it at least once.
oh, I mean, I guess this is something that I just kind of considered now. But Kyurem B is really his only Z move user. Like, he's not gonna slap that on anything else except for maybe Buzzwole.
See, Ice Punch Buzzwole.
That's it. And even then, you,
I wouldn't put it on Tar.
I wouldn't, but he could.
If you do a DD Tar, you might put it on Tar for a Z Stone Edge or something.
Yeah.
That might be like the one wall break that you really need.
Not only is it a guarantee,
Very, very important. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's literally just a version of medium moving offense.
yeah. I mean, this is a
Which
very
is what-
Tickle team. If we're gonna talk about how the team fits a character,
Tickle do the medium good. And also Toxic Explore just is disgusting. That is
and
pure
Buzzwole. Don't
fucking
forget
break.
Buzzwole.
Like, how do you break that shit?
Yeah, we
You
were
like click
discussing.
EQ and you pray that it's enough.
Yeah, Mike and I were discussing if I play this team twice, if Pins or Quick Attack gets balls. If it's, and I think the suggested spread for defense was like 252 HP and maybe something defense. Quick Attack did 50 to 60.
Yikes.
Buzzwole is 137 fucking
Yes.
physical defense.
Yeah.
That thing will just eat in an EQ like it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Ratings?
B. Really solid B team. There's nothing that stands out about it, but also everything about it works, which is a B team for me.
Yeah, I also give it B. It needs more special prowess attacking. That's really it.
B plus for just how effective.
I agree. B
So
plus. It is very effective at what it
It's
does.
true. Agron on the bench is how he wins.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Sam Swanson and Minnesota.
And
Yeah.
not trash.
He's got niche stuff. He's got some mons.
The more I look at this team, the more I look back at Henry's team and think about, do I hate this team more? And I don't have an answer. I mean, I think I hate the team more, but I think it's still better by bare bones definition.
It's
Yeah.
doing so many different.
There's bonds that apply.
Yeah,
For
but
starters.
But how do you fucking make a team out of that?
He
Like,
has
I'm
so
looking at-
many overlapping bonds. So, like, for example, Conkeldurr, fighting type, is already done by Komodo. Incineroar gets done by ZardY. Excadrill and Komala are both spinners. Okay, great, fantastic. Vivian, you have ZardY and Celesteela. Like, there's no need for half of these mons on this team.
Yeah, I don't know. The team just doesn't actually make sense. And the other thing is that, like, I don't know, is Dougie trying to trap the electric type mons? Is that
Yes,
is that
yes,
what
that's
he's
exactly
That was
what
a
it is.
weird.
I mean,
pick.
I'm gonna be. I think.
Dougie traps electric and fire mons so that Celesteela can put in work. That's exactly what it was
Yes,
for.
I mean,
Dougie will
yeah.
trap my trap my electric mons, and then Zard Y flicks with my rain.
Yeah, but I don't think his team actually
That's too
meshes.
easy.
Yeah, his team doesn't work for it because he didn't draft it well.
Yeah.
If he had gone any other mon than Conkeldurr, I feel like this team could have gone a lot better. But because he went Conkeldurr, he tried to go for like a bulky spin kind of thing.
The thing, Ben, is that you don't have to worry about it because in Rain v Sun,
Rains should win. Yeah.
The thing is that you're clicking water type move, and like sure the sun's gonna weaken it, but it's still a water type. It's still. And then what is he gonna do? Click Solar Beam when you bring in the Pelipper?
Or HP Electric, but you know.
And then he's fucking sitting there doing nothing. Like I don't think his team's that good. I would say that he also D team. That's why I'd put that.
Would you put him a D team?
I'd put him at D team because it's literally just there's just nothing that works together.
For the sake of giving a different opinion, I'd say like C-. For the sake that Komodo is still a threat, it always has the potential. This Clanger's Soul Blaze is so stupid.
Yeah, but if you're bringing the fairy type, it's nullified.
Sure, but I don't know.
That's your Z move gone right there, baby.
This thing has.
It also doesn't get an
good
omni
stuff.
boost.
He knows how to use each starter well for however much it can be.
It's not even used well. He
Oh,
clicks.
come on.
He clicks the same moves. It's not used well.
He clicks Batty Bad once, and then it fucking dies, and then you're like, oh god damn it, I have to deal with Reflect for like 3 turns. God, what a fucking hard life I live.
Yeah, when you got those slow team birds and
So I
dance.
For the sake
Yeah,
of being contrarian and having a hot take.
Fucking sit there and be like, haha, nice try.
For the sake of being contrarian and having a hot take, I'm gonna actually put him in C- as well. Simply because one, he has the
These fucking
tools.
hot takes instead of D, it's C-, baby.
That is a pretty hot take. And he has the tools to succeed where he currently is, and with 2 big waivers, he goes from a D team to a B team.
Yeah, no, I would
That's
say that's the thing.
I agree.
My thing is that if I look at both Swan's team and I look at Bird's team, Swan and Bird. If I look at both of their teams, I definitely say a few waivers and everything will be fucking smooth sailing. If you look at my team and you're like, haha, no waivers for you, fuck boy.
Yeah. I give this team a C only because I gave Henry a C. This thing, even though so many things overlap and there's no synergy, there's enough viable mons that better team.
Can I RNG waiver? Is that allowed?
Yes, you can.
Sure, I'm down with that.
Cool. I'm gonna make one right.
But you have to commit to the waiver before you actually do the RNG.
Yes, I will waiver Deoxys speed right fucking now. There is.
Just watch it.
Okay, we're not going to do that on camera though. Alright, so since we have 3 minutes left before we hit an hour, top 3 teams, bottom 3 teams. Actually, we know who the bottom 3 teams are. Never mind. Top 3 teams.
Top 3 teams, I think we can put Mike's team in there.
I would
Okay.
say Mike, Dan. Fuck, who else did I give?
I either put Python or Thomas's team in.
I feel like I like Python.
I like Python's more simply because everything's a threat.
My order is Dan, Mike, Python. That's how I would rank those.
I would go Dan, Mike, Bobby personally. I do think that Bobby has a bit more tools than myself for being balanced. Like, I think my team's very good at what it does. I think Bobby's team is very good at everything.
Bobby just says, fuck yeah, I'm better than you.
I'd say I think Mike's team is the best, then Dan's team, and then it's really close between me and Python.
Yeah. I think the only other
Alright.
competitor would be Thomas, and like I feel like Thomas just kind of falls short between me and
I'm
you.
gonna click it.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well,
Part of not doing this on camera, didn't you understand?
He didn't say the number. We fucking did the hand gesture for the.
all right, and we are at 58 minutes and 45 seconds. Nando, if you would like to do the outro. You're not Nando. Shut up.